And that's it. It's over. This historic 2020 NBA championship belongs to the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers conquer the bubble, and banner number 17 will soon hang in the rafters.
The Los Angeles Lakers championship in 2020. But what if that title didn't bring the franchise together? It actually tore it apart. Because behind the scenes, this wasn't just a team. This was a power struggle. On one side, you had Jeanie, the face of the Lakers' legacy. On the other, you had LeBron James, arguably the most powerful player in NBA history. And after the 2020 championship, y'all, something changed.
You are watching the Lakers Land YouTube channel with Seven Mitchell, home of all the news and everything daily for your Lakers. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new.
According to a 2026 ESPN report, the relationship between Jeanie Buss and LeBron James began to sour. Internally, there was tension over one thing: credit. You see, LeBron was praised as a leader, the savior, the man who delivered banner number 17 to Los Angeles. But from the front office perspective, this wasn't just LeBron's ring. There was all types of frustration that the organization, the planning, the leadership was being overshadowed. And that's where the divide began.
So Jeanie Buss is the former owners, the Buss family. So she has started talking to some people in the press that she trusts, that she thought LeBron James' ego was completely out of control from the day he became a Laker. She hated the fact that LeBron allowed the local media, or convinced the local media and the national media, to view him as a savior to the Laker franchise. She privately mused about not giving him a contract extension this last time and trading him to get rid of the pain in the ass that he has been since he got to LA. She always felt that LeBron James was not grateful that the Lakers drafted Bronny for him. All right? She begrudgingly gave him the last contract extension out of fear that if she didn't, she would have to absolve and take, on a personal level, a bad PR hit. That is directly from the former owner of the Lakers.
A wise man once told me that tension alone doesn't break a relationship. Decisions do. Back in 2021, the Lakers made one of the most controversial decisions in franchise history: trading for Russell Westbrook. And at the time, it looked like a super team move, but behind the scenes, y'all, blame would become a major issue. You see, there were reports that suggested that Jeanie Buss believed LeBron pushed heavily for the trade, and when things fell apart, there was this feeling that James distancing himself from the decision. Overall, the fit was bad. The losses had piled up, and the Lakers became quite a different team. What was supposed to extend the championship window ended up accelerating the collapse. And now it wasn't just about basketball anymore. It was about accountability.
Does LeBron have an outsized ego? I've heard that. Does Clutch Sports exhibit a lot of influence over the Lakers? Seems to be. Did LeBron James want Russell Westbrook? Yes. Did that work out? No. So that is what happened. Now, the reason LeBron considered the Lakers a floundering franchise is because before he got there, they were a floundering franchise. And the reason he considered himself a savior was because within 2 years of getting there, they won the championship. They were arguably the worst team in basketball for a half decade. That is a floundering franchise that was saved by LeBron James wanting to move to Los Angeles, not by Rob Pelinka or Jeanie Buss's fancy PowerPoint presentation.
In 2025, the Buss family surprised the NBA community and made a shocking move, selling the Lakers to Mark Walter, the owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers, a franchise built on legacy, now entering a completely new era. And while business definitely did play a role, many believe this internal tension between James and Jeanie Buss was the growing disconnect that helped push things in this direction. So what really happened? Was LeBron the force that brought the Lakers back to glory, or was he actually the beginning of a power shift the franchise just wasn't ready for? Or was Jeanie Buss protecting the Lakers' identity, or just simply losing control of a new NBA reality? Because of the end, boys and girls, this wasn't just about wins and losses, in my opinion. This was totally about control. This was totally about legacy and who actually runs the Lakers. And depending on who you ask, the funny part about it, the war might not even be over.
Jerry Buss acquired the Los Angeles Lakers in 1979 for $67 million.
That was a lot of coin back then.
That's a fact. But he acquired it for $67 million in 1979, and they just sold for a record-breaking $10 billion. So what that represents is almost 15,000% increase.
Hell of a return. Nancy Pelosi, who?
We're talking about stock investing, and we're talking about, you know, private equity, but the returns that these sports owners are getting on their franchises, and oftentimes they're getting tax incentives from the state, especially if you're building an arena, if you own the arena. That's the James Dolan play.
Yeah, for sure.
James Dolan, his group owns Madison Square Garden, which is publicly traded.
Publicly traded. Icon. Yep.
James Dolan has probably done it probably the best out of anybody. He's making a lot of money.
On the business side, he's a super winner.
How do you think your collaboration has been with Jeanie? What do you mean, collaboration? Well, just the partnership. I thought it was good, but you know, somebody could see it in another way. So it's always two sides of the coin. So, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, how I represented this franchise and what I wanted to do to represent this franchise, so when I got here till now, it's been with the utmost respect and honor and dignity, and I would say loyalty. I mean, shit. I've played here longer than pretty much any other franchise I've played for, besides Cleveland, and that was a 7 and a 4. You know, so.
I think LeBron handled this pitch perfect. He diffused it without saying that he didn't believe it. You know, it'd be one thing if he was like, I don't believe this story. This is all ridiculous. And he didn't say, boy, I'm mad about this. He goes, I don't care about it, which diffused it, but acknowledged that, you know, but didn't say it was wrong. And I would just say that for 20 plus years now, and Danny knows this because he was on LeBron teams, part of dealing with LeBron is dealing with headaches. Sometimes he's going to upset you, but whatever he does to upset you, he makes up for it times 10, times 20, times 50. And that's the case it was like in Cleveland. That's the case it was in Miami. And that's the case it is in LA. Has Jeanie been upset with LeBron at times? Absolutely. Would she give anything back that did the last 8 years? Absolutely not. And so that's the reality. It doesn't mean it's not interesting. The story is very interesting, but it doesn't mean it indicates a fractured relationship.